everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Friday, June 8th, 2018. Now, what we've got going on today is the moon hanging out right here in Aries. When the moon is in Aries, it brings our attention to doing things, acting, making things happen. Sometimes initiating things, but we are on a third quarter moon phase here. So if we are initiating things, again, especially with Mars on the South Node, they're most likely things from the past. Okay, and really just trying to figure out what's going on with us, with the moon in Aries, and figure out how we can be more passionate in life. Maybe perhaps by tying up some things from the past, okay? So that's what we're dealing with. Now, the end of yesterday into today, we did have this moon in Aries in a conjunction with Chiron. And what that could have brought up last night, again with Chiron, some uncomfortable feelings here about us, about who we are as an individual, as a whole, being in Aries. We also could have had some uncomfortable feelings that came up about how we do things, feeling like it was hard for us to do the things we wanted. Or like we didn't know what to do or how to move forward. That could have been a little bit difficult, okay? So that's what we have there. Then this morning, what we get at 5 a.m. Mountain Time is the moon moves further through Aries and then makes a square to Saturn, while at the same time making a sextile to Mars and a trine to the North Node. Since all of these planets, if you can see them, they're all at 7 degrees, or will be at 5 a.m. Mountain Time this morning. Okay, and what that can bring is maybe after some uncomfortable feelings happened last night, we could get again this morning with the square to Saturn feelings of restriction, feeling like, man, we want to do some things that we want to do that we're passionate about, that excite us, but we've got some responsibilities that we need to take care of. We got some other things going on, or that we need to make sure that, of course, the things that we're doing can yield the best results. So there could be some of that comes in early in the morning. Maybe again, coming off of the Chiron conjunction, not feeling quite right, and then realizing we have some other things we need to take care of, some responsibilities also that are weighing on us, all right? Normally that might be a little challenging, and I think there could be some things that are challenging with it, but I do like to think that this square to Saturn early this morning at 5 a.m. we might be able to handle just a tad bit better. And that's because of this trine to the North Node and the sextile to Mars that the moon is making at the same time it's coming into the square. And the trine here that the moon's making to the North Node may actually help us, even if we have some responsibilities, some things weighing on us that we need to do. It may help us to find more of the fun in life, more of the enjoyment, to help us have fun while taking care of some responsibilities, so that we can move forward, making progress, doing things that we want and need, okay? Especially if maybe we're tying up some things from the past and really working to deal with that. The moon in a sextile to Mars as well may also help you, again, to make some progress, to do some things, to understand better where you see your life going, or to think about different options for your life, with Mars here being in the very futuristic sign of Aquarius. May also help you with the square to Mars and Aquarius too, to get unusual solutions, unusual insights to some of your problems. Okay, yeah, so that's what I see there. It's kind of interesting because the North Node and Saturn right now are in a quincunx with each other. And this quincunx is interesting because Saturn has work responsibilities that we need to do in Capricorn, and the North Node in Leo doesn't really care as much about responsibilities, just wants to have fun. And I think what we're trying to do is figure out how we can do what needs to be done and enjoy it. Love our life, love the work with this quincunx. And I really do think that the moon in Aries today, even if we're definitely feeling the responsibility part coming in, I think it's going to help us come up with unique solutions so that we can approach our work hopefully in a more fun kind of way that helps us to move forward in a way that we feel better about, and to hopefully, with the trine again to the North Node, bring more of the play back into our work so that we can hopefully overcome the quincunx and move forward feeling better about the things that we have to do. All right, so I actually like it where the square to Saturn could be hard, but I think Mars and the nodes are making this a little bit easier than it would be otherwise for us to get some solutions on what we need to do and how we need to do it. All right, that's what's going on there, and that's really all that's happening today. So again, after that occurs, the moon is going to be void for most of the day. And what that could mean, of course, is maybe just to try to do some of your stuff a little bit earlier in the day if you need, especially some of your important stuff, and then just allow yourself to take care of whatever comes to you at the end of the day. All right? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I actually don't think this void moon will be too bad because we're still trying, especially being on a third quarter moon with Mars on the south node. I think it's really just about trying to just organize everything, get everything in order, tie up some loose ends. And I do think that this moon in Aries on this third quarter moon can really help us to just get everything in order that we've been neglecting, to get a handle on it so that we can hopefully approach some of our responsibilities, Saturn, feeling better about what we have to do. And I think this day is going to be important for us to get some things in order, tidy things up more or less. Not that Aries is a super tidy sign, it's not, but I think it may really help us here to start to figure out what we need to do so that we can, especially as we get closer and closer to the new moon, move forward with less distractions here. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we've got. Then the next alignment isn't going to happen until tomorrow, and the next alignment will be tomorrow around 12 a.m. Mountain time, first thing. And what that's going to be is a moon in the sextile with the sun. So again, I think that will help you to communicate with the sun being in Gemini, communicate about you, who you are, what you've been doing, what you want, some new identity maybe that you're forming as you're overcoming some old things from the past. So I do see it being more positive as well in the morning around 12 a.m., giving you an opportunity to communicate in positive ways or get insights on what's going on. The next alignment that happens after that, again, still talking tomorrow, just to give you a little bit of sneak peek since there wasn't too much going on today. But then what we've got tomorrow, after the moon sextiles the sun at 4 a.m. Mountain time, the moon comes into a square with Pluto. All right, and sometimes when the moon comes into a square with Pluto, that can be very intense, very deep, especially now that we're getting closer and closer to a dark moon, bringing up some really deep feelings, maybe under the surface that could be a little bit hard to handle about where your life is going and about how you can meet this new life reputation that you're stepping into. And I think today we're trying to hopefully get everything in order, more or less, take care of some old stuff, work out some things in regards to our identity, so that we can, approach our life feeling a little bit more lighthearted than we have been lately, and get a better perspective on our life and where it's going. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I think we may still, obviously, with Mars on the South Node, have some big questions about our life overall, where our life is going, what we need to do next, that I don't think will quite be answered today, but I think it will be a good chance for us to figure out, okay, what do I need to do differently or better or next in order to do what needs to be done and to feel much better about it, that I think today will be a very important day for. Okay, and really thinking about those things, which will come in tomorrow morning, mulling those things over, about how you can do things better in a way that it really resonates with you, I think will help you once the new moon comes next Wednesday, on my birthday, to then start to move forward, hopefully feeling like you have less emotional stuff weighing you down. All right, so that's what I'll leave you with there. Now stuff going on in the background. Let's see. Okay, in the background, what we have, excuse me, the sun in a conjunction with Mercury still, even though Mercury is moving away from it. But again, lots of conversations about ourselves, about who we are. Hopefully now that Mercury is moving past the sun, we've integrated some of the things from our past, or have gotten more clarity maybe on some things from the past as well, so that we can start to pave the way for new insights to come, and for us to, get more information, new information, different and information about things. Okay, yeah, kind of interesting, because Mercury in the next month or so will be going retrograde. It's not there yet, It's not there yet. Mercury can only get too far away from the sun. It can only be too far behind and too far ahead. Because once Mercury gets too far ahead, it realizes, wait, I learned so much, I have to go back and report for duty. So it's almost like Mercury here has just met up with the sun, integrated everything that it's experienced into your identity, and now it feels free to run forward again to learn new things, think about new things that later on it will then have to come back and process. All right. Yeah. So we've got that going on there, the sun in a conjunction with Mercury, maybe lots of communicating too about your identity, trying to figure that out. The sun and Mercury in a square to Neptune, even though Mercury is moving now away from it, but could bring up some confusion about yourself, about the past, as you try to make sense of everything, but really needing to listen to what your spirit is saying, to be very important during this process, whether that's a meditation or art or time spent alone. I think being key and learning how to get a handle on some of your emotions so that you can start to process things more clearly and more logically without your emotions getting the best of you. All right. And I think that's just a big message, really needing here how to either use your emotions to your advantage, your intuition to your advantage to propel you forward, or if you can't do that, then to not let your feelings distract you from making like the best decision possible for your life, the best choices based on logic, reason, facts. Okay. So that's what we've got there. Mars on the South Node, as I've been saying. Oh, weird shape. Mars in the South Node, definitely issues relating to the past. Maybe feeling frustrated, feeling like it's hard for us to move forward because, again, we're just trying to process everything, get the right perspective, put everything in its proper place, integrate everything that's occurred before moving forward. All right, so I think Mars in the South Node is doing that. Then we have Jupiter in a trine with Neptune, so even though there could be some frustration, even though things may be going a little bit slower than we would like, especially with the third quarter moon, even though we're dealing with things from the past, integrating everything into our identity, doing lots of thinking, I do think there is some chance underneath all of this stuff, maybe that's going on top of mind, for there to be some real like spiritual transformation going on underneath the surface to help us not only logically move forward, but to adjust some of our emotional states to meet the demands of our life, our new lives. So I do like that. And then the last thing I'll mention, again, Venus in an opposition with Pluto. It's coming off of it. It's a few degrees past, but again, could bring up perhaps some choices that you need to make in regards to relationships, money, your value systems. Perhaps now as you're integrating things from the past, as more insights about the past few months are coming to you, maybe again needing to make some more tweaks, not to start something new, especially not in a third quarter moon, but to adjust and integrate the past, and to maybe make space and to clear old things out, so that we can make room for new things. I think that's more of what the changes are. Okay, also with Venus here in Cancer, really trying to figure out not how to just change your life to change it, but how to change your life in a way that you can feel more comfortable in. Maybe also with Venus in Cancer, learning how to be more conscious of your emotions, how to be more mindful of your own personal spiritual needs, so that you can pay attention and nurture yourself more through this process. All right. Yeah, so that's what I see going on. I mean, I definitely do with Venus in a water sign, Neptune, Jupiter, water signs. Like, I do think there's a big chance to process things emotionally, to adjust your emotional perspectives to move forward. It's just the square a little bit to Gemini, especially with the sun and Mercury there, saying, okay, it's good to get right with them emotionally as well. But maybe needing to kick on the mind and the intellect, engage that a little bit too, so that you can figure out what's going on next and make sense of everything. And I think needing to use your emotions, if you're feeling anything, to inform your decisions instead of detract from them, instead of make your decisions worse. You know, and use kind of your mind. I think that's a big thing, is figuring out how to get your mind and your emotions to work with each other and not against each other, and to use what you're feeling, right, to help you make better decisions, and to use what you're thinking to help you, right, put your emotions in better perspective. So yeah, so that's kind of interesting there. Okay. Now for your card for the day, we do have the King of Cups. Again, I feel like I got this recently reversed. And the King of Cups, of course, when it's reversed, is all about emotional control, managing your emotions. Again, today, this may indicate our emotions may be a little bit all over the place. It'd be hard to control our feelings as well. Okay. If it's not emotions being all over the place, then sometimes the King of Cups too maybe could pretend that he doesn't have feelings. Try to put the feelings aside him and needing to maybe recognize that there are some things going on emotionally first that need to be addressed. So that's what I might say, yeah, about this card. I really think that's what it is. Just trying to figure out how best to use the things that we're feeling, our spirit and our intuitions, to our advantage, and to not let it get the best of us today with a lot of this stuff happening. And I think we really are just trying to figure out, now that so many things in our life has changed, how can we be okay with this, get on board with it, like level up to the, even though it may not feel like it's up for a lot of us, but I think we're just trying to figure out how to level up to where our life has now taken us, so that we can then approach it from a more grounded and a more rooted way of thinking and experiencing and looking at the world, so that things aren't as crazy as they have been. All right, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.